Hi, I'm Dave Worsley, and you're watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight is on the girls track and field program at Stagg High School in Palos Hills. With me today, very fortunate, I've got a couple of the athletes on my left. I've got Ava and Natalia, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves and the events they're in. And then on my right, we've got the head coach, Mary Guido. Mary, thank you for being here this morning. And so we're early in the season, very early. You've only had one meet. I know you have a couple coming up real quick. So we're in the indoor season. But how about, before we talk about the season, so we're going to get a preview and kind of look ahead to the outdoor season. Can you tell us how long you've been coaching and teaching here? What do you teach?
I've been coaching for 15 years at Stagg and teaching for 15 years, and I teach health education.
Congratulations. So, Hall?
Yeah, been around for a while.
All right, how about then, ladies, or let me ask you first, what events do you compete in?
I compete in the 3200.
And I compete in the long jump and the triple jump.
Okay. And then, Coach, and I'm going to ask them also to talk about how the season looks for them so far. But in general, you've had only one meet, a relay meet. But based on that meet and looking ahead in the season, how are things going in general, would you say?
I'm actually really excited. We have a huge underclass this year. Our freshman and sophomore group is quite large, and so far what I'm seeing from them is a tremendous amount of dedication, and I think we've got some raw talent, so I'm really looking forward to seeing them compete and getting some times on them.
It's exciting to see the potential there,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a huge senior group these two ladies are part of. We've got, I think, 14 seniors, and they've been instrumental for the last 4 years, and so losing them is going to be big, but it's kind of nice knowing that I've got a young crew coming in that might be the next senior class. You know?
What does it say, when you talk about all the large freshman, sophomore class, their leadership becomes critical to set an example and to help them get into the routine of competition.
Absolutely.
Ladies, can you talk about, for your preseason, how practice has been going so far and what the next few meets, how do you feel about where you're at so far this year?
So far, I'm feeling good. We have a huge distance crew this year, which is great. It makes the runs just so much better and the workouts more productive. So I'm really excited to see how all of the underclassmen and the seniors do this year out on the track.
It's nice to have that energy, right? That group to build with and train with. How about for you, Natalia?
Yeah, I agree with Ava, and going off of what Coach Guido said, we do have like a really big freshman group, and they are bringing all that energy. They're laughing, they're having so much fun, and obviously that is a really good effect on us seniors as well.
It's nice that they can have fun like that, to laugh and bring that energy, and at the same time, obviously, you're working very hard. Let me ask, they're all important, but are there certain invites or matches or meets that you especially look forward to? And I'll ask all three of you.
In the indoor season, we are going to a meet this weekend, which is always going to be one of our biggest meets. It's called the 3A High School Classic, and it does bring us in front of teams we don't see until the state competition in May. And so it's kind of nice to get a little bit of a preview of where some of those teams are at. So that's going to be a big competition coming up for us in a couple days. And then, of course, the conference meet is great, the indoor conference, so that we get a chance to see where we stack up against those that we compete against locally. And so those two are looking forward to. And then, of course, once we get outdoor, they're all important for different reasons. Yeah.
But it's like you're saying, to see some schools that you don't normally get to see, and then to get the conference indoor, how do you match up? Knowing you've still got a few months left to now, like, all right, how are we going to approach this and how are we going to adjust or train for it, right?
Yeah, we're at a little bit of a disadvantage in that we don't have the indoor training facilities that a lot of our competition has, especially in our own conference. And so we know going into indoor season that we're going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball. But seeing where we're at when we're at it in indoor season gives us kind of the motivation to kind of move forward and get training. And by the time we get to May, we're usually right where we need to be.
Right. It's nice to have that awareness, right? And the kids, athletes need to have that as well. How about you? Are there certain meets or invites you especially look forward to?
Overall, I'm just excited for the indoor season to get some times on the board. But for outdoor, my favorite meet is Gus Scott. There's so many teams there. It's such a big meet, and it's just such a great environment from like start to end. I feel like I always get a great time there.
So you're looking forward to a good performance that day. And Natalia, how about for you?
I agree with Gus Scott. It's co-ed. The boys are there. We're all cheering. Everyone's talking to each other. It's awesome.
It sounds another one, like the energy level is really buzzing for it. All right, I'm going to turn away from track for just a second. Favorite subject in school?
English.
Excellent answer.
I think science.
That's the second good answer. No, that's a good answer too. How about, do you do any other sports clubs or activities at Stagg?
I do cross country at Stagg.
And I am in powerlifting.
Okay, so I mean, you're busy. It sounds like you're year-round athletes here. And then how about you're both seniors, right? So enjoy the next few months, but post-high school plans?
Going to a 4-year college, and I plan on majoring in education.
You want to be a teacher?
Yes.
English?
Second grade.
Oh, okay. All right. And then Natalia, how about you?
I am looking to go into special education and work with kids with disabilities and potentially maybe in the future become an occupational therapist and work with kids from that perspective.
All right, well, good luck, both of you. You got to love the direction, right? Education, therapy, whatever. Those are wonderful paths to pursue. And then final two questions for all of you. I'm going to ask you best or favorite moment about track, whether this year or last year, if you want to draw on it, and then what you like best about being part of the Stagg program as an athlete or as a coach. Do you want to take that first one?
I think my favorite moment is watching the teams unite. Our co-ed program, we practice co-ed and so when we have a meet like Gus Scott, or we have meets where we see our male athletes at our female meets and vice versa, we go to their meets and or we're competing together. I think watching the unity of those kids and watching the growth of those kids is something that's really special. And so I, of course, could talk about performances that were standout, but to me it's more about the chemistry that we can build and we do build and that we get to see.
I'd say that is a great, kind of a fulfilling feeling when you watch them come together, you watch them grow and develop, watch them cheer for each other. I'm sure those are all wonderful things. How about for you, a favorite or best moment?
A standout from this year so far is a snowball fight we had at practice. It was just a lot of fun, and I feel like it really brought our new big distance team closer together and just got us all to know each other a bit better and really fed into the competition season so far.
It is funny, you don't think of that as like track practice, but it's part of them becoming a family, becoming a team, right? Having fun. Natalia, how about you?
I think I'm really in between two, but I think if I did choose one, it would be the time where our bus broke down twice on the way to the meet and on the way back, and we had to stop at this gas station, and it was just so funny. I don't know. Or the time that I was pushed up a hill in a wheelchair, and a bunch of other athletes from other teams helped me up and got me there. So I don't know. There's been a few.
I'm glad you're having fun. I'm glad something that sounds like it might not in normal situation be fun somehow became fun. All right. And then what do you like best about being part of the track and field program?
I actually said this in my team meeting yesterday, but track and field's not really about the place you get. It's about the growth that you have. And so watching a kid that is gawky and awkward and doesn't know what they're doing as a freshman, and then seeing them progress for 4 years and watching the change in all of their events, their maturity physically, but also their maturity emotionally and in a competition way. For me, I love seeing the growth. I love recognizing and celebrating the individual growth of each of these kids, regardless of how talented they are and how good they are compared to others.
It is one of the best parts of track, I think, as a sport, that it is purely individual growth. Yes, there's winners and there's tournaments and state and all that, but watching an individual grow, in whatever growth it is, yeah, that's the awesome part of it. Eva, how about you?
Something I love about Stagg Track and Field is all of the coaches, although there's different ones for different event group areas, when we're at a meet, like, everyone's your coach, like, everyone's out there supporting you, whether it's people from jumps and throws, like, I've always have people cheering for me and, like, just cheering for all the different event groups and seeing people grow in such different ways, but all, like, positively is just such a great thing to, like, witness.
What a great feeling, right? Watching everybody come together like that. Natalia, how about you?
Yeah, I agree. We're just like Coach Guido said, chemistry with our team is so important, and it's always nice every year to go into the season and just seeing how natural that chemistry is. There's never a time where it is hard to have that like unity between our group. And same thing with the coaches. Yeah, everyone's your coach at the meet. Coach Ivana, which is our distance coach, I see her watching me jump and trying to give me tips, and it's just an amazing environment to be a part of, an amazing team and an amazing experience. So yeah.
I said, what a wonderful thing. Obviously, there's a great thing going on here at Stagg. When they're coming together like this, you feel the unity, as you mentioned, and people cheering for each other, whether it's your event or not, you're there for each other. Coach, good luck this year. Ladies, good luck. I'm excited for you. It sounds like you're going to have more fun. All right.
Plan.
All right. I'm Dave Wurzel, and you've been watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight has been on the girls track and field program at Stagg High School. Thank you for watching.